Good afternoon from rural nowhere in Scotland. It's snowing, sleeting. If you can hear some strange screeching outside, it's red kites at the back of my garden. This is my first video, and my channel is called Everything I Buy, and I'm resolved to paying more attention to what I spend money on. It's not a New Year's resolution, it's kind of an autumn / winter. I've moved house and I'm pretty broke. COVID, etc., etc., all the challenges of modern times. I just want to become a bit more conscientious. And I thought it might be a good topic for a YouTube channel. Possibly it's been done before. I don't know. I think I subscribe to about 4 channels on YouTube. So I don't really know what's out there. But I thought, number one, people are nosy, myself included, so it'd be quite interesting from that point of view. Number two, it will help me. It'll help me pay attention to what I'm spending money on and why I'm doing it. So this is my most recent shop. I've got a bag next to me and I'm just going to show you what I bought and why. Picture hanging kit from Wickes. This is a wee bit of an indulgence. I've moved house. I was actually priced out of the city where I used to live, so I've moved. I moved in summer 2021 out to the middle of nowhere, hence the red kites in the backyard, to try and save money, really. I took a very slightly better job than my last one. My rent is a lot lower than it used to be. There are trade-offs for that, obviously. But anyway, long story short, you move home and 6 months later, I've still got all my pictures either wrapped in cardboard or propped up against walls around this wee cottage that I'm in now. And I thought I'm feeling homesick, obviously, and I thought it might make this house feel a bit more like a home if I actually hung my old pictures. So 6 months after moving, I'm just getting around to it. I think this costs £2.20 from Wickes, a picture hanging kit. So that's a project to do. It's a good winter project, I think, hanging your pictures. I've probably got about 7 or 8 to hang. I mean, what else am I going to do on the dark, snowy evenings, really, here? I might as well try and make it more homely. I think maybe that will help. So yeah, that's an unusual purchase. Actually, I don't think I've ever bought a picture hanging kit before, but we'll see. I'm looking forward to actually seeing my stuff. Most of the rest of it's from Home Bargains, and I have to drive, actually. My nearest Home Bargains is now an hour's drive away from where I live. But worth it, because these are super cheap. And they're a lot cheaper in Home Bargains than they are in Sainsbury's. So, wire scourers for washing my dirty pans. Eggs. Now, I've never bought eggs from Home Bargains before. There's something about that kind of puts me off. But it says free range. Says free range, and I guess they've got all the usual certification marks on it. There's just something strange about buying eggs from a place that's not, strictly speaking, a grocery store. Ballygarvey. I mean, free range, that covers a lot of sins, really, where chickens are concerned. The word's free range, so I won't get too political on chickens' behalf. But who knows? Well, it's nearly Christmas. Outdoor string lights, battery operated lights. We've got a very tiny little fir tree in the front yards, and my son, who's also feeling quite homesick for the for the big smoke. He said he'd like to decorate our outdoor tree. So yeah, this is not something I needed. I think this was about £5, £4.99. Not something I needed to buy, but I thought it might help him feel good to do it, you know, get in the festive spirit. So yeah, it's pretty cheap for 100 lights, £5, I guess. It's got a wee battery pack. If it stands up to the weather, it will take us through till Christmas. So that's something for my son to do. He'll be pleased with that. Gloves. I live in Scotland and I don't own a pair of gloves. And these are lovely. They've got some kind of really soft fleecy lining. I don't know what Supreme Doublure means, but they feel jolly good on your hands. Oh, £2.50. Again, home bargains. I think a decent pair of gloves, £2.50. I don't think I'm really going to get them much cheaper than that. I know you can get gloves for £1, but they're pretty thin. I do have gloves. I've got gardening gloves. I've got 2 pairs of gardening gloves, which actually I also bought from Home Bargains a wee while ago for collecting wood and digging a veg patch, which is another project. But these are more just going out and about. Good gloves, Sunday gloves maybe. And another pair, because my son, actually, fingers crossed that they actually fit him, because he's got big hands. And but they're going to be a stocking filler for him. Again, £2.50 Home Bargains. It's not bad. Used to get these for £1. I can't remember where I used to get them for £1, but I'm guessing it was Pound Stretcher or Poundland, but I've not seen them for £1 for years. And this was, I think, £3 something, £3.85 or £3.65. Some kind of an odd price like that. But again, this is a stocking filler, so not something I'd usually buy. Certainly not at the price it is in ordinary supermarkets or any other kind of chocolate shops. But for a stocking filler for my son, that's worth money. It's cheaper than the RRP, I think. I'm pretty sure it is. Poo bags. We don't have a dog. We've got a cat, but we empty her litter tray using poo bags. I don't know if anyone else does that. Do you just empty the tray into your ordinary bin at home? I don't know. We've not had a cat very long. It was quite a special thing for us to get a cat when we moved to the country. We've never had a garden before. We've been living in a tenement flat, so it was quite a big deal to get a cat. And we're still learning. But you don't get poo bags for cats, you get them for dogs. So yeah, this was cheap. Less than £1, I think, or maybe like 99p probably in Home Bargains. And we use 1 or 2 a day of those. So yeah, 80. It's probably close to 2 months worth, really, or a month and a half at least. Stocking filler, yeah, my son likes his treats. Used to get these for him. These were quite cheap. You can get them in the Chinese supermarkets if you've got if you've got a Chinese supermarket around. That's where I used to get them, where I used to live. But now, Home Bargains. Things to do today. This is for This is for my son, but I thought maybe we could both use it, and you know, he could have one list and I could have one list. There, I think there's you know, it will help us structure our lives. He's having his motivations a wee bit low, and I think he will work quite well with just a points list. I've occasionally written stuff for him to do just on a scrap of paper. I think both of us actually work better, or we're more productive when we've got a list of things to do and we can just tick it off. And having it all in one place, I think, gives you the chance to look back on your achievements, what you've accomplished, and, you know, have a bit of feel-good time about that on reflection. I thought about putting this in his stocking, but I think that's a bit of a motherly thing to do. I think I might just give it to him and say, oh, this is useful. Do you want to do it together? I'll take the left side, you take the right side, and we'll each write things that we need to do. Because at the moment we're in a bit of a culture shock. We're living in the country, it's winter time. All he's doing is video games and all I'm doing is Netflix, you know, apart from the day job. Monster Munch, roast beef. I don't eat crisps, but my son does, and these are cheaper in Home Bargains than anywhere else. Firelighter. We've got an open fireplace now in our living room, which is a real treat. It's a wee tiny one, so it's quite hard work to keep going. It takes a lot of attention, but even when it's not blasting out heat, psychologically, it's actually, you know, just seeing some flames going and sitting on the sofa under a blanket with a, you know, with the sound of a flame. There's something quite primal about that, I think, and you know, it's quite comforting and, you know, reassuring having a fire going in your house. Anyway, we've been using matches, and actually long matches are jolly expensive. They really are. So I thought I'd see if this was more fitting with our budget. Plus it's a bit fun to have a clicker, isn't it? Useful to have around the house generally. Turkish Delight, I've broken it in transit. That's for my son as well, gosh. Harley's, don't know who Harley is. This is just cheap Turkish Delight, but yeah, that's a treat. We've lived in this place now for 6 months, and neither of us have got beds yet because we moved from furnished to unfurnished. So furniture is a huge challenge. We've got a lot of it secondhand, but I didn't want a secondhand mattress for obvious reasons, and I've just bought my son a mattress, so I don't have anything. I'm in sleeping bags and duvets on the floor. He's in a big pile of duvets and blankets on the floor, but he does have a mattress now, and his bed frame is on the way, and so this is the inaugural fitted sheet, and I had to get king size because he's a tall boy. Sponges for all your bathroom and kitchen needs. Again, God, these are like less than £1. They're like 59 pence. Again, it's something to get at Home Bargains because they're cheaper there than anywhere else. You can't, any of the British supermarkets are more expensive. So yeah, that's the place to shop for that kind of thing. Fire log. We now and again get one of these they're a bit of a treat. This was at a reduced price. They're usually £1.49, but they were like £1.09, I think. So we don't use these all the time, but now and again when you're kind of getting home late, or you're particularly freezing cold, and building the fire and getting it going is a bit more of a challenge. I don't know, once a month I suppose we'll use these. We've only used 2 over winter, and they were given to us actually, so I wouldn't even have bought them beforehand, but because these were cheap, you know, almost a third off, I thought I'd get a couple. Did I get 2? I did, I got 2. That's the other one. Flame fast. You just light the paper, you don't open it, you just light the paper and it burns and burns and burns. And you pile wood over it, obviously. It's just a, you know, it's like a guarantee of some warmth. Toothpaste, 75p at Home Bargains. And it's one of those, toothpaste is one of those things where there's a wild disparity in costs, and I don't think that it's worth it. I don't think that toothpaste that costs £2 or £3 actually makes much difference. I mean, I don't know, I'm not a anti-cavity expert, but you know, that's what my consumer instinct tells me. Rolos, yeah, my son does eat stuff that's not sweets. I know I've shown you a lot of sweets. We stock up when we go places like Home Bargains. He doesn't eat a lot of sweet. He's not a huge snacker. He'll have a you know, a tube of Rolos after dinner maybe, and that'll be his pudding. He doesn't do that every night. You know, he doesn't eat them throughout the day though. It's just not that kind of thing. Now this is something I maybe waste money on. These are 59p in Home Bargains. They're stupidly expensive in other places. I mean, I've seen them for 3 or 4 times that price. I really, really love feeding the birds here. This is the first place where I've been able to watch birds properly in close up. I've got bird feeders hanging around the house, and there's the previous tenants here I put a bird table up out the front so I can see them out of our front window. We've got blue tits, great tits, chaffinches. We've got one blackbird now and again. We've got a whole host of sparrows. Woodpecker, nuthatch, robins. We've got robins. We've got, yeah, the nuthatch is just a lone guy, just the one nuthatch. So yeah, well, winter's setting in, so they're even more grateful of this kind of fatty food. So this hangs up on the bird table, and the blue tits love it, and the woodpecker loves it, and the nuthatch actually. So I would save money if I didn't buy this kind of thing for the birds. I've bought them a big sack of seeds, which I ordered online. Hopefully that will see me through the winter. You know, I could have saved, that was £18. I could have saved that £18. I could have saved this 59p. I don't know, is it worth 59p for me to watch birds eating from their coconut feeder when I look out of the window? I don't know. How much of a budget do you want to cut? It's, you know, questions like these are almost unanswerable. Or are they? I don't know. Maybe I need to try harder to answer these questions. Vinegar. I just haven't had any vinegar in the house since I got here. You usually use, for salads and things, I use cider vinegar or apple cider vinegar, but I think malt vinegar is just useful to have around, and it's one of these kind of magic substances. I mean, what is vinegar anyway? I don't even know what vinegar is, but it's got all these, well, it comes from barley, but it's got all these amazing uses and properties for cleaning, and well, especially cleaning. It's like a magical substance. So I thought it would be useful to have around, and maybe try doing some kind of home solutions, home remedies, home cleaning products. Maybe white vinegar would be better, but or just for food, like normal people use vinegar for. What might mustn't forget the normal side of things. Well, I didn't put those in the basket. Looks like someone fancied some pork scratchings. Pork scratchings for the connoisseur. Mr. Porky. I did get some matches. Maybe I didn't trust that long clicker lighter. I did get matches as well. Again, I think because they're like probably a quarter of the price in Home Bargains than they are in Tesco's, for example. Tesco's is my normal, I mean, my closest supermarket. Lighters are useful to have around. That's for the cat. She likes gravy and soupy kind of things. She doesn't like jelly. She doesn't like pate. She doesn't like anything with vegetables in. She doesn't eat real meat. Or, you know, I mean, if you offered her a bit of ham or something, she wouldn't eat it. She doesn't, she'll lick a crisp if you offer her a crisp. She likes mayonnaise and cheese. Not that I feed her mayonnaise and cheese, but if I leave a plate on the coffee table and it's got any trace of mayonnaise, she'll jump up on there. But she likes these wee soup things. They're a bit measly. They're not very generous portions, but you know, like if she has one of these for breakfast, she'll have a much more substantial dinner, and then obviously she has biscuits as well. But again, it's not significantly cheaper at Home Bargains, but it is a wee bit. I bought 2 packets of these because I don't get to Home Bargains very often, so buy 2 while I can. Bleach for mopping our muddy lino in the kitchen and bathroom, and we've got vestibules now at the front and back of the cottage, so with welly boots coming in and out, they always need mopping now as well as hoovering. Tweezers. What do you lose when you move house? I lost my tweezers that I've had for what felt like my entire adult life. Just can't find them anywhere. I don't know how they've got lost in the move. I feel like I would have put them somewhere safe and precious, but not safe and precious enough, or I did and I've forgotten. So safe I forgot where it was. So I had to buy a new pair of tweezers because my eyebrows are completely insane at the moment. That's lighter fuel for the 2 lighters I bought earlier. We don't smoke, we just have lighters around. You know, we do kind of outdoorsy kind of things, and we have candles in the bathroom and things like that. So we do use lighters for this, that, and the other. I think this is the last spec. And another one. Wow, so 59p. and 59p I spent on the birds at home bargains. I know actually they were loading up the bird food shelves while I was in there, and I thought, oh, I'll go back when there's when the assistant isn't in the way, because I didn't want to get in his way browsing the bird food stuff. And I had intended to go back and get some more things for them, but yeah, I don't know. This is maybe something I need to keep a record of, how much money I'm spending on wild animals in my vicinity for no good reason apart from I like bringing them closer to me so I can get a good look at them. Yeah. Oh well, they like it. They like the sunflower seeds and the suet. So I'm 59p poorer there, 59p happier and better fed. It is terrible weather. Birds do need our support. Anyway, that's my first video of everything I buy. I have actually a parcel to open, so I'll maybe make another video in fairly short order. But yeah, first video for YouTube. Hope it's been interesting nosing around my shopping bag. Cheers.